Hello.
Madam, good morning, ma'am. Good morning. A very good morning to one and all. Today, we're going to discuss the history Prelim 2 paper, and you can see it on the screen. I hope it is quite clear to you. And as we're going on with the history paper, I would like to tell you some very, very important points. That is, when you are going on with your history paper, the first question, question number 1A, the most important point is that you have to write down the whole statement. They have given us choose the correct option from the given option and complete the sentence. That means you got to write down the whole statement and then write the answer and underline the answer. That's the way you do it. Now, because you're going on with science and maths, you have to write the answers option A, option B, option C. But don't do that here. You'll lose your marks. You have to write the whole statement and underline your answer. Then here we have seen with three of them how we go. Like, for example, the first English newspaper in India was started by James Augustus Hickey. You'll write it there, you'll underline. Next thing, you have Friedrich Max Müller translated the Sanskrit text of Hitopadesh, and Thomas Cook established a travel agency selling tourist tickets. Now, when you go to the B question, 1B, 1B, you're having to write the wrong pair. Previously, we used to do with the right pair also, but now it is only that you're going to write down the wrong pair. Now, this wrong pair has to be written like this. You'll write wrong pair, Maharaja Sayajirao University, Delhi, Karl Marx Discourse on the Method, Tadoba, Rock Cut Caves. No need of writing the correct pair. You'll just mark out the wrong pairs and write it. You carry 3 marks over there. Okay. Now moving on to the charts, the webs. Complete the concept chart or the map. You have to do any two. I have given you all 3 over there. When you're doing this, another important is instruction, statutory warning that you have to go on with this chart or web in pen. Don't do it with pencil. You have to do it with pen and write down all the details that are needed. Like we have the newspapers in pre-independence period. You have Darpan, Kesri, Maratha, Prabhakar. I have written this. It carries 2 marks. You can write some more papers like Jnanoday and Deen Bandhu and all that. Then you're coming to cultural heritage, tangible, intangible. This is a tree diagram which they have given in the question paper. You're also supposed to go on with the same type of a diagram. That is a tree diagram. It carries 2 marks there. And you have the third thing which I have done in my paper, that I've taken the first one. Whichever is easy for you, you can opt it the first. And then you come down to the harder ones. If you have time enough to go on with it, please do, because by mistake, if your first 2, there is some correction and you lose your marks, you get only 1 out of 2. You're having the third one done easily when you finish your whole paper coolly and you're getting those marks completely. Those marks will be calculated. Like you're having this line, that is the timeline given over there. Now, that is one thing. And now when we move on to the short notes, you have to do any 2. It carries 4 marks, and when it carries 4 marks, it is understood that every short note of yours has to carry 4 points there. Half a mark for each point. You have this Hemant Pandi style, and I have written down the answer. You're seeing 4 marks over here, gone with 4 points. First, see here, half, half, half and half. Each point carries half mark and you go on further with it. One more instruction when you're writing down the answers for short notes or answer in brief, your answers have to be 90% from the textbook. You may be using some books like, some notes. You must be using the Navneet guide. You may be using the target notes, but the answers there are very short and you can't distribute them in 4 points. They are only giving you the exact answer, but you need to write a little bit of introduction for the answer that you're writing. And there you can go into 4 points, make 4 points out of it, and get half mark for each point. You get down 2 marks completely for this. See the second one, Marco Polo. It's a very short little text. In the text you're having a small little paragraph of Marco Polo, but then I have divided into 4 points and you get 2 marks easily over there. Then you have the history of television, and the history of television also divided into 4 points, and you're getting points over here. That is half mark for each point. Then moving on to the third section, that is explain with reasons, and you got to do only 2 out of there. And we are having 4 questions in the question paper. You have the question about Bharuts, you have the question of people traveling into India. Then you have foreigners want to come into India for medical facilities, and toys can tell us about cultural history. Now, when you're writing these questions, also you're going to make two, it carries 2 marks each. So you're going to make 4 points out of it. For Bharud, I have made 4 points, and see, you can see the marking system, half, 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 and half. That goes on with 4 points over there. Then coming out to this one, what is it? We are seeing the second question, that is the number of people traveling back and forth from India has increased considerably. So there you're going to make, it is a bigger thing, but you're going to make 4 points out of it as I've made, and you go on with the answering. If you refer the answer sheet, you'll find that all points are from the textbook. Very few times, 1%, you can go on with some other provision which you have. And when there is less information, you can put, but you don't put down anything which is not there in the textbook. It is very dangerous when the examiner sees it, board examiner, he understands that you're not referring to the textbook, and they are very much keen about the point that whatever the textbook designed by the board, you're not giving importance to it, you're not reading it, then that is a very dangerous thing. You may lose your marks there, so please don't go on with that. We are having here the third one, that is foreigners prefer to come to India to avail medical facilities. You're having a paragraph in your textbook. Take the points from there, make 4 points, and you get half mark for each point, and your answer is ready, and you're scoring 2 marks there. Now, this one question, I would like to speak about it. That is, toys can tell us about cultural history. Now, here, some of the children go on with both the paragraphs in that textbook. So it's not both the paragraphs, only you take the introductory lines, like I have written here, toys can throw light on history and technological developments, also religious and cultural traditions. There, this will be your introductory, and then shift on to the last paragraph there, the ivory doll paragraph, and you write about that, and then end your answer up to that. Thus, toys found in archaeological excavation can tell us about cultural contacts between nations in ancient times. So there you go on with it, and you're getting 4 marks. There are some children who are copying one answer. I don't know from which book, but they say that children are very much fond of toys, and so the toys are displayed in the market, and people buy toys for their children, and thus we see that toys and festivals are connected together. That's another question, I know that, but don't write such type of answers which is having no relation in the textbook. You'll write answers which are connected with the textbook there, and use the textual language. Don't write your answers the way you speak to each other. Okay, that is also another dangerous thing. You will be told that you have to write the textual answer. And now we're having the passage. See, from your 40 marks paper, 20 marks nearly you are having the objective part of it, and this passage is also an objective part of it. 20 marks easily you have to score, and 20 marks you're going to only read and by heart and write. But otherwise the history paper is absolutely easy. You can see the passage, you having two questions there, and these two questions carry 2 marks. You're getting two marks there. 4 marks are there which are easily available to you. Then you're coming to the hardest thing that you feel like in the whole question paper. That is your fifth question, answer in detail, but you have to do only two. You get 6 marks over there, and 3 marks for each. So when it is 3 marks, you'll try to make 6 points. Maybe there is a seventh one which is in conclusion, but you'll try to make 6 points. Now this question is a very much liked question, or a favorite question of the board. Why is Maharashtra known as the land that nurtured the Indian film industry? Now, when you have such type of a question in the textbook, you're having many names which are Maharashtrian names and Maharashtrian people who have gone with the filmmaking. So maximum names you're going to by heart and put them down into your answer. If you see the Navneet guide, you have very less names over there, and most of the names you have, you having the name of, sorry, you're having the name of Mangrurkar. That is, one sec. She's made the first, she was the first woman producer. So you have to mention that. We see in the Marathi film industry, you have the Prabhat company, a very popular and a famous company there. So you have to mention that. Don't leave those things. You have Dada Saheb Phalke Award for great actors, and this person's name has to be there when the film industry is concerned. So don't just to put away those names and end your answer without those names. Right from Dada Saheb Torne, Bhalji Pendharkar, you're having Dada Saheb Phalke, and then you have V Shantaram. His name is not given, but Prabhat company means director V Shantaram. And then this type of names have to be there. And the first, when the paragraph starts, in your textbook, you have the honor of making and releasing the first full length movie goes to Maharashtra. This will be your concluding line. Let me tell you, your answer starts from the contribution of Madan Rao, Madhav Rao Pitre, and you're ending your answer with this concluding line, and it appears wonderful, beautiful, and you are going to get 3 marks completely over there. So see that you don't thing that is also for your board exams. Now, when you're going on further, what is that? The fifth question, the second one, importance of archives. You have to make 6 points. You're seeing my answer there. You'll make 6 points and you're going to put it down in this manner. Then you have another thing that is according to Karl Marx. What is Karl Marx theory? A very important answer. Learn it by heart properly. And then you have another one that is about the description of the Islamic structure, that is the Qutub Minar, another important question, which will be good, and it will be, this important question should be studied properly. Some of the old books are having that the Qutub Minar construction ended in the times of Altamash, but no, it is the reign of Firoz Shah Tughlaq. So do this correction into your books also if you have the old book. Then you're moving on to the political science part of it. Again, you have two objectives with 2 marks, wonderfully going, and write the whole statement and then write your answer inside the statement, underline it. There you're scoring 2 marks. Then you have true or false. First line, when you're answering for true or false, you'll write down whether it is true or false. And then you have to get compulsory 2 points, even if it is true or it is false. For true or false, you're going to give two description lines, that is the reasons why it is true or why it is false. And you're getting 2 marks for this question. Wonderful. Any two. So there you score 4 marks. Okay. Then you go on to explain the concept. Any one you have to do. It is question number 8. And in this explain the concept, you're having code of conduct. And you're having workers movement. You'll make 4 points out of it. You're scoring half mark for every point and you get 2 marks there. Okay. Then another thing where you're having objectives, you can easily score 4 marks is this one. You can see a chart over here, the web over here, and you can see this web. Issues taken by environment movements, you'll write down as many, means there are many. 4 are written, you're getting 2 marks. Understand that. You have demands for farmers movement. Now this is inside the text. In the political science, most of the lessons are not giving you charts, maps, but the board is going to search from inside the text that there are charts, maps there, and these will be put into your paper. Further, you see that you go to the last question, that is ninth question, where you have to answer 2 questions, 1 question over there, and there are 2 questions given. But let me tell you one thing, when you ask for something like that, what are the functions of the election commission? You only mention the functions and you don't explain them. You're getting only 1 mark, which is very dangerous. You have to explain also. 4 points you need to explain compulsory. Now here we are having, what is the question over here? We are having the question as, see the question, what challenges are faced by the election commission to conduct free and fair elections? So you will not only write the challenges 1 2 3 4 and you expect 2 marks, not at all. You're going to explain those challenges, and after explanation you're getting that half mark for each point and you're getting 2 full marks over there. Major characteristics of political parties, there also, if you write to be in power, to pursue an ideology, to have a party agenda, to establish a government, no, 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 you're going to get only 1 mark over there. You need to explain these points and only then you're going to get those 2 marks. So this is the format of the paper. This is the way the paper has to be written. This is the mark system that you get. And the most important points, that is, you have got to write your first question and the 6th question into statement and underline your answers over there. And for the wrong pair, you will not sit and write down all things, that is all the pairs, and then say this is the wrong pair. No need. You just write down wrong pair and you're writing the wrong pair over there. Another thing I would like to tell you, first, all the easy answers which you can opt, which you know you'll put them on, you finish your paper, then write extra questions and give the numbering in a very proper manner and attempt the extra questions also. When you attempt these extra questions, what happens is you're going to go on with a safer side. Why? If suppose by chance, by mistake, you have done something, you've written something wrong in your main answers, the examiner is going to check your extra questions also. And if you find there you're getting 1.5 and here you're getting 2, you're going to, the examiner is going to pick up this 2 marks there instead of 1.5, make a circle there, and then this extra question will help you to carry full marks in history. So study well. That was all with the paper. The paper discussion. The paper is actually written by me and shown to you. So take help from it, take advantage, and go on with your history board paper in a very grand manner. and 20 marks you got to already study, and 20 marks already you have studied that 20 marks. That the objective, even before the answer is there, the question is put up, you should know the answer, and the question is there, and you're going to put up these answers. At the same time, you're going to study thoroughly for the other answers. Fifth question, then you have explain notes, all these you're going to study, and have a great day, and think that yes, I'm going to score 40 out of 40 in the history Prelim 3 as the, and at the same time you're also going to get 40 out of 40 in your board papers. So God bless and good day, and anything that you like, or uh, see whatever your questions are, whatever you feel like asking, you can put down your questions there. I'll be answering you. Thank you. Good day. If you're I show you the paper again.